Some stories entertain us, but some stay with us forever. This is one of them. Imagine standing at your father's funeral. The church is completely full. His boss calls him a legend. His co-workers say he was the hardest working man they ever knew. Friends praise his success, his discipline, and everything he achieved. Then someone turns to you and asks a simple question. What was your father like? You look down for a moment and quietly answer, I don't really know. He was always working. The heartbreaking part is, this isn't the story of a man who died. It's the story of a father who almost lost his family before he realized what truly mattered. Let's begin. Michael was the kind of man everyone admired. At just 42 years old, he had built a successful business from nothing. People often said he was living the American dream. A beautiful house, a luxury car, a growing company, financial freedom. From the outside, his life looked perfect. But there was one thing no one could see. Every success he earned came with a price. Every morning, Michael left home before the sun came up. His wife was still asleep. His daughter Emma was still dreaming. By the time they woke up, he was already halfway to the office. And almost every night, he returned long after they had gone to bed. He kept telling himself the same sentence, I'm doing all of this for them. Whenever Emma asked, Dad, can you come to my school play this Friday? Michael would smile and kiss her forehead. I promise, sweetheart. Next time, when she asked him to play outside. Next weekend, when she wanted him to read her favorite bedtime story. Tomorrow night. But tomorrow always became next week. And next week always became next month. Emma didn't complain. She simply waited. Every afternoon after school, she sat near the living room window, hoping to see her father's car pull into the driveway. She even drew pictures of the two of them together. Sometimes they were flying kites, sometimes fishing by a lake, sometimes eating ice cream in the park. At the bottom of every drawing, she wrote the same words. One day, Michael never noticed. He was too busy chasing deadlines, answering emails, attending meetings, and signing contracts. His business kept growing. His income doubled. People congratulated him everywhere he went. You're so lucky. You're winning at life. I wish I had your success. But no one saw what success was quietly taking away from him. One rainy evening, Michael finally came home before dinner. He smiled, thinking he was about to surprise his family. But when he opened the front door, something felt different. The house wasn't filled with excitement. Emma wasn't waiting at the window anymore. She walked past him with a polite smile and simply said, Hi, Dad. Then she quietly went back to her room. For the first time, Michael felt like a guest inside his own home. Michael stood there in complete silence. Just a few years ago, Emma would run to the front door the moment she heard his car. She would jump into his arms and tell him every little thing that happened at school. Now, she barely looked at him. That night, Michael couldn't stop thinking about it. What changed? He whispered to himself. The next morning, while searching for an old document in the attic, he found a dusty cardboard box with Emma's name written on it. Curious, he opened it. Inside were dozens of drawings, birthday cards, and folded letters. The first drawing showed a little girl holding her mother's hand. The father wasn't standing beside them. He was far away, inside a tall office building. On the back, Emma had written in her small handwriting, Dad is busy again. Maybe next time. Michael felt a knot in his throat. He opened another letter. Dear Dad, today I won first place in my school speech contest. I looked for you in every seat, but you weren't there. It's okay. Maybe you'll come next year. I still love you. His hands began to shake. There was another card, and another. Every one of them told the same story. A little girl who never stopped loving her father, but slowly stopped expecting him to be there. Tears rolled down Michael's face. He wasn't crying because he had failed at work. He was crying because he had succeeded at everything except being present for the people he loved the most. That evening, he sat alone in his office. The promotion he had been working toward was finally on his desk. Months earlier, he would have celebrated. But now, it didn't feel like a victory. He stared at a family photo on his desk. Emma was only 6 years old in that picture. She was smiling while holding his hand. Michael realized something painful. He couldn't remember the last time they had laughed together. The next morning, he made the hardest decision of his life. He walked into his manager's office and said, "I'm cutting back my hours. My family needs me more than this job does." Some people thought he was making a mistake. Others told him he was throwing away his future. But Michael finally understood something they didn't. Money can be earned again. Time cannot. The first few weeks weren't easy. Emma was distant. Years of broken promises couldn't disappear overnight. So Michael stopped making promises. Instead, he showed up. He ate breakfast with her every morning. He drove her to school. He attended every soccer game, every school event, every birthday, every family dinner. Little by little, Emma smiled again. One evening, while they were watching the sunset together, she quietly slipped her hand into his. Then she looked at him and said, "Dad, I'm really happy you're home." Those 6 words meant more to Michael than every paycheck he had ever received. Years later, at Emma's college graduation, she stood on stage and thanked her family. Then she looked directly at her father. With tears in her eyes, she smiled and said, "The greatest gift my dad ever gave me wasn't money. It was his time." Michael smiled back. At that moment, he realized what real success truly meant. Because in the end, your children won't remember how many hours you worked. They'll remember how many moments you spent with them. Moral: don't spend your whole life building a future while missing the people who make that future worth living. Success is measured not only by what you earn, but by who is still standing beside you when the work is done.
If this story meant something to you, please leave a like and subscribe for more meaningful stories. Remember, success isn't measured by money, but by the moments we share with the people we love. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next story.